This is your dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. Starting from humble beginnings, Nick has been beating the markets for over 2 decades. He shares with you his take on the profitable trades that will have you moving towards financial freedom in no time at all. To see an in-depth review of his track record and much more, go to inthemoneystocks.com. Welcome. This is your daily dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. I'm Kerry Lutz. Today is 12/10/2020. This is show number 174. Well, markets are weak today, Nick. We got the unemployment numbers in, and they were not encouraging.
Yeah, we got a big gap down this morning. That the 8:30 weekly initial claims report came in today, and that was really not very strong at all. It increased by 137,000 new claims. I believe it was 853,000 for this week. And again, this is something that we've alluded to quite a bit here. If you close things down, you know, your claims number is going to go up a little bit, but it was much worse than expected. The continuing claims for the week ending November 28th increased by 230,000 to 5.757 million. So all in all, not a very good number. Plus, we have to always remember there's no stimulus deal made by the politicians yet, too, and that weighed on the markets this morning. But I have to say, the Russell 2000 is in the green. It's positive. It's not up a ton, but it's up about 0.4%. And you have the NASDAQ composite now up about 0.5%. So things have steadily improved as the day went on. And I believe a lot of it's probably due to the politicians jawboning, saying, you know, they're going to get some kind of stimulus package out there.
Yeah, well, they better do something soon, or the Federal Reserve is really going to have to panic and do something totally drastic, right?
Well, I mean, when you look at what they're doing, you know, I don't see the central bank intervention stopping anytime soon. That spigot's been turned on full force, and I think it'll remain full force for the foreseeable future. So we'll have to watch and see what comes out of the next Fed meeting. I think is another week or so away. But right now, I have to think eventually the politicians will get some kind of stimulus deal done, although they've been really dragging their feet. This has been going on well before the election, and here we are 5 weeks after the election, and we're still getting the same nonsense.
Yeah, you would think the political motivations for not passing the stimulus, especially on the part of Pelosi. Yeah, I was going to say Marie Antoinette Pelosi. Let them eat cake or let them eat chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. You know, the motivation is gone, and now move ahead and get busy with it. Not that I think it's the best thing, but unfortunately the situation we're in now, it's the only thing they can do.
Yeah, right now, I mean, you still have lots of people that are suffering, lots of businesses still shutting down. Maybe this is really what they want in the bigger picture. I know, you know, we keep hearing the global reset or the great reset, as they coined the phrase. Maybe this is what they ultimately want, but I just can't understand it for the life of me.
Well, it's going to get them out of office unless we work the magic of Smartmatic and Dominion voting systems, right?
Well, you know, the funny thing is I was watching the business news this morning, and it was showing an old CNN footage from 2 years ago where they were talking about how these Dominion and Smartmatic machines are so easily manipulated. They had a group of hackers come in, and they showed over 200 vulnerabilities in a matter of 20 minutes.
Yeah, so, and now they're inviolate. Well, another thing that makes people think we could be heading for market peak is IPOs are kind of exploding. We got this company, Doordash, which I don't understand, Nick, because their major innovation is that they deliver food from point A to point B. Now, look, if Uber and Lyft can't make money delivering people from point A to point B, how is this company going to make money delivering food? It makes no sense.
Yeah, it really makes no sense. But, you know, it's a hot IPO, and you're in a hot market right now. And again, we have another one today coming public. It's called AirBNB. They don't make any money either. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of 2007 when I remember Blackstone coming public. And I'll never forget how they were rushing that IPO. It was so quickly. And I said, oh, my goodness, we got to really be coming to a climactic top here. But they got that IPO out, and I think it was in June of 2007. And as you know, in October of 2007, the top was in, and the great collapse was underway. So, we'll have to watch these IPOs that have been coming public. We've had AI, we've had Palantir, now we have Dash or Doordash yesterday, and the AirBNB. And again, these companies don't make a penny; they lose money. But we'll see how it shapes out. But a big week for IPOs this week, and again, the institutional crowd will normally prop up the markets to get these IPOs successfully launched out the door. And you have to be a little bit cautious going forward after this.
And Nick, just explain to us the mechanics of an IPO, how it works with the underwriters effectively backstopping the price, I guess, until they blow out all their inventory.
Well, that's generally it shouldn't happen, but that is what happens. Basically, these guys will set a price. They're going to hold a certain amount of shares. Plus, when they sell it, so just say, for instance, XYZ broker calls up their client and they say, hey, we're going to buy this IPO at this price. They don't want to see that stock go below that IPO price, because then that client's losing money. So they try to backstop it for quite a bit. And then hopefully, the IPO will do well. But there's a lot of game playing that goes on there.
Yeah, kind of like options expiration, right?
A lot like options X. And speaking of that, we have that next Friday. Not this Friday, but we have that next Friday.
All right, and we'll be watching it for sure. Finally, let's just talk about gold and silver. They got hit yesterday, but not in a meaningful way. They're kind of flat today, right?
Yeah, today we have the GLD down about 11 cents. If you look at gold futures, they're up about $2. Looks like silver today, when you look at the SLV, is up about 11 cents. Silver futures up about 19 cents. So again, nothing really doing there. Kind of a flat tape overall.
Yeah, flat tape, and it's just kind of listless, which I guess is kind of what you're expecting. And one thing we didn't talk about is we're getting to holiday trading patterns, right? And we kind of saw it drop off, around Thanksgiving. It hasn't really picked up that much. We're going to see flat markets till the end of the year, you think?
Right now, I think we could probably see. Well, next week is a little wild card, because we do have the big quadruple witching options expiration. That's where you're going to get 4 different asset classes expiring next week. With quadruple witching, it's the end of quarter options X, and again, we'll move over to a new futures contract. We'll move over to the March contract, and the December contract will expire. So there's a lot happening next week, and then you get into that, that big what we call that big solstice, winter solstice, with the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. So we have to watch there. I think you always watch that for a potential turning point as well. But seasonality is in play right now, and that usually gives the market that upside bias for now.
All right. Well, we'll be keeping an eye on it, and the solstice is right around the corner, and that is the shortest day of the year in North America, at least the least light that we get, and lots of interesting things can happen. So if you want more interesting things, go over to inthemoneystocks.com, check out the site, check out the Twitter feeds at ITMS, at Nick Santiago01, at Kerry Lutz. Email us, kl@kerrylutz.com, and Nick will pick up tomorrow.
Sounds good, Kerry.
And so concludes another episode of Daily Market Wisdom with Master Trader Nick Santiago. Be sure to go to his website, inthemoneystocks.com. Don't forget the Twitter feeds at ITMS and at Nick Santiago01.